now? Yeah, I guess so. Happy Friday. How are you doing? Webcam's off still. Yeah, sorry everybody. Just had a morning cigar. All right, let's get going. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. Let me remind you that trading is risky. Hey, is there an echo, by the way? It looks like there's two microphones working right now. Let me remind you that trading's risky. Not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad. It's not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. Yeah, two microphones going. I guess I probably don't need two, huh? Let me see if I can delete one. Now it's just one microphone. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Apologize for all the smoke. It's my cigar. Huh? Welcome. What are we going to do today? I think we should look at the charts. I think we should look at dollar pairs. I think we should look at commodities like gold, oil, Bitcoin. If you want to do silver, I'm okay with that. I think we should look at the stock markets around the world. S&P, DAX, etc. And I'll answer your questions. So if you don't have any questions, then I don't know. I guess this will be quick and easy. Whatever we want to do. Whatever you want to do, I'm all right with it. My name is Wayne, by the way. I like what I do. My background is, my formal training, if you will, is in macroeconomics, in finance, if you want to sound smart. Cool. Pretty good at technical analysis because I've been doing it for 20 years. At some point, you got to get pretty decent. Huh? So I can share. That's it. I can share. I wrote a book many years ago. Not a professional writer, but I think it was all right. It's called Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading. It's been out for a very long time, way over 10 years. So if you've read the book, would you please leave a review on Amazon.com? That's all I'm asking. Leave a review. You're like, yeah, the book was mediocre. Oh, good. We'll leave a review. I hope it's better than mediocre. It's real. It's honest. So anyways, that's good. I would really like you to join fxbootcamp.com. It's a community, an amazing community of foreign exchange traders trying to improve, trying to develop skills like patience and discipline. Oh, yeah. Technical analysis is good. Fundamental analysis is good. All that training is there. But it's a community of people working hard to improve. And I think you will be amazed with the community we have. The people is what's going to make you feel good. Yes, the training will make you a better trader. You will develop skills. But I'm telling you, it's that soft side of the community, the humanity that's built in an FX bootcamp is something that you are looking for. The training's good, but the community you'll stay for. It will have a meaningful impact on you psychologically and emotionally, but I would even dare say even in the results. You should join. You should check it out. It's $88 a year. Someone just emailed me and told me I'm a jerk because I lowered prices during COVID. So, yes, I am a jerk. And I did lower prices by 90% because of COVID. So it's still $88 a year. Why don't you take advantage of that? Join. Also, I recommend tradersway.com as a foreign exchange broker. Yeah, you need a broker. We all need brokers. You need someone to enter your trades into the interbanking system or some other way match your trade or offset your trade with another trader. There are many different business models to do this. Okay, the broker can match you against other traders in their community, or they can take the opposite side of the trade, which means every time you buy, they sell, and every time you sell, they buy. That's a model. The way that Traders Way works is straight through processing, ECN model, where you click buy and they put your trade into the interbanking system, into a pool of liquidity providers. So Traders Way won't take the other side of your trade, but maybe Goldman Sachs will, maybe JP Morgan. Maybe some billionaire in Malaysia. Or just maybe some kid in Timbuktu. But I find Traders Way to be trustworthy and ethical. So the links to all these services, the strategic and tactical Forex, right? The guide to strategic and tactical Forex trading, the link is in the description below. FX Bootcamp, the link is in the description below. And to Traders Way, the link is in the description below. You will be happy. Take a leap of faith. It's not right? It's a step off a curb, not a cliff. Take a leap of faith. Let's take a look at where we are here. Dollar, right? Actually, hour, 5 minutes. Ha, 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 ha. You always look for congruency. Okay, hour. Okay. Yeah, my screen is smoky, I know. And the Zoom is really weird. It happened yesterday. I think maybe I just need to reboot. Thing is, strange things happen when I reboot. Windows is just still... But yeah, maybe it'll be a good day for a smoky cigar. Oh, by the way, I did actually go to a cigar bar on Wednesday, in fact. My daughter needed to be dropped off somewhere. And then she's like, yeah, I'll be done in 90 minutes. I'm like, 90 minutes? By the time I drive home, I'm going to have to turn around and drive back. Then I realized, hey, there's a cigar bar about 5 minutes away. So I went, hadn't been there in many years. And I strike up a conversation with the dude sitting on the couch. And guess what he does for a living? He buys and sells wood, not lumber. But he was in Bulgaria and then later Croatia looking for French oak that he buys, imports it back to the United States, and then sells it to companies in Tennessee making bourbon, and they want to make barrels out of it. But he'll get exotic woods for exotic veneers, and he'll get all these just really amazing. Travels the world buying wood. He was exporting wood chips. He was talking about an embargo that China was doing on chips, and I'm like, what? You mean the United States embargoed them? And they're like, no, China embargoed them. I'm like, you're talking about computer chips, right? And he's like, no, wood chips. He's like, yeah, the Chinese are using some sort of beetle that's eating in under the bark of some American trees, and really they're just using it as a tax and as a sort of a fake tariff, so they won't allow the imports of these wood chips. And I just thought it was really interesting. But guess how this works if you're a foreign exchange trader? You just met someone that travels the world and does deals in foreign currency. Okay? This person deals in foreign currency all the time. They need somebody like you. Huh? They need somebody like you. Because when they, right, do a deal to buy French oak, okay? Let's say it's from France. Makes sense, but French oak is all over the place. But anyways, you do the deal in euro, okay? And now you owe, so you say, okay, in 3 months, I want you to ship this wood to us. Once you get the order, you can fulfill the order. And then upon arrival, we will give you your euro. So what do you think would happen if suddenly the value of the euro went up in that 3 months, or the value of the US dollar went down in those 3 months? Well, then your deal got more expensive to you. But what if you only have a 5% profit margin and euro goes up 2%, but US dollar goes down 2%? Now the deal you inked 3 months ago is basically not even profitable. Okay? Hope says, hey, I'd like to see what you think about Aussie yen. I'm going to answer your question with a question. Okay, Hope? Are you risk on or risk off? Can I look at Bitcoin? Yes, I can do that too. I am risk on if I am selling Aussie yen. That would historically be incorrect. Historically, now maybe the world is a little strange right now with central banks killing their own economies on purpose, but at the same time, Bank of Japan doing yield curve control. So maybe it's all gobbledygook. But normally, Hope, if you say you're risk on, you're buying Aussie yen. If you're risk on, you're buying Aussie dollar. If you're risk on, you're buying Aussie Swiss franc. So looking at these hourly indices, okay, I see Aussie down, dollar up, that's risk off. Aussie down, yen up, that's risk off. Aussie down, Swiss franc kind of up, maybe not in the last few hours, but generally speaking. Okay. Generally speaking, that's risk off. Cool. Let's take a look at the stock markets, everybody, and we'll get to gold, oil, and Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, I'm going to pop an ad so that YouTube can make money and maybe be happy with our community and maybe promote it. Oh, I want to do stock markets. Hang on. Stock markets. Let me put this back the way it was. You are not alone. Hang on. All right. Hang on. Hey now. Okay. Taking a look at the S&P 500 on an hourly chart. Bearish. bearish. So I've been talking about this. Now I'm actually blue in the face. Okay? My super secret fundamentally based alert service told me that this price right here would be the top. Yeah, boy. Yeah, check that out. And down, 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 down. Up, up, down, 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 down. Up, up, down, up, down, 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 down. Up, up, down, 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 down. Up. OMG. Oh, my God. That is Lufle, as they say in Manchester. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, lovely, tell your mom. Huh? Check that out. Amazing. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Remember back in January, we talked about this time of the year. Okay. This time of the year is profit taking. The end of the Santa Claus rally. Cool. By the way, I received a bunch of dividend payments this morning. Paching, 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 paching. It must be quadruple witching day. Yeah. Must be quadruple witching day. What can expire will expire. So today you're going to have unusual volume. Is it going to radically move the market? I don't know if it'll radically move the market, but you'll have unusual volume. Today seems to be risk off. Okay, not long ago we're at 4,100. Now we're at 3,850. Okay, nice. On the short run, we have lower lows. Great. And everything's coming together. This is beautiful. If you were prepared to be short. Okay? And I believe everyone here was prepared to be short. Look at this. Ooh la la. Oh my gosh. Huh? Oh my gosh. Coming down hard and fast. Coming down hard and fast. The target is 7,000. Maybe 71. Do PMI matter? We'll define matter. As a news release, does it matter? Or fundamentally? Well, fundamentally it matters, sure. But as news, does it? Okay. I mean, look, here's the thing. PMI out of France or, like, and in various other places, but I think it was French, right? Like, it was just a disaster. Okay. But is that news? I would be shocked if people were shocked. I'd be surprised if people were surprised. You have to understand there should never be a surprise in our game. If you're surprised, you're ill-informed or uninformed. You're supposed to be the expert. So like, French PMI comes out horrible. You're like, yeah, have you not been watching the fundamentals? Or have you not been watching global macroeconomic contraction? Have you not been watching, so whatever. But do I care if it's, if PMI comes out 39 versus 43 expected? No, I don't really care. Okay. It's more like when it stops falling and bottoms out and we stabilize. But, you have to understand, I have months to worry about PMIs. Okay? Yeah. Let me get you something. Okay. It's not officially launched, but dozens of people in this chat right now have been, I guess you can call them beta testers, or really that doesn't sound good, early adopters of the service. Okay. All right. All right. So, yeah, here's NASI, by the way. NASI, NASDAQ. Is NASDAQ using annual pivot points? Huh? What do you think? Holy smokes, eh? Now, non-farm payrolls, I guess a couple of weeks ago, we were in a scenario like this, and somebody was asking me about the market, and they were buying the market. I'm like, you're buying the market? Then I talked about that, and then I'm like, so what are you buying? They said NASDAQ. And they're thinking, you know, this kind of stuff. I'm like, you're buying growth stocks? I thought that was just a terrible idea. And I still do. I am not buying any growth stocks. Look, I can buy Tesla at 50% off. Amazon is down, what, 2% today? I can buy, right? Should I buy Amazon if the stock drops to $100? See, I can't think about the price until it's the right time. So a chart kind of gives you, okay, a chart measures over here price and time. That's only the two things on your chart is only price and time. That's what we're measuring. And very often, not always, of course, but very often my prime concern is time. When is important. So again, if you subscribe to my fundamentally based super secret alert service, it answers when. So you would know when this is likely to occur, and you would know when this is likely to occur before it's happened, because it's about the when. And then later on, when you get the time correct, then you can look at price. Okay. So in high school, I played football. I was a backup quarterback. I was a halfback. I was a backup wide receiver. I was a punter. And I did kick returns, punt returns. And I can tell you, like, for example, being a receiver, one of the most important things is, A, you got to be fast, but B, one of the most difficult things is knowing when to turn your head. The timing, because the way I was taught is when you're running your pattern, you assume the ball is going to be thrown to you. Oh, but the quarterback has a lot of choices. Maybe the play busts and they don't even get the ability to throw the ball. But the thing is, the way we were taught is you do your pattern, and then at the appropriate time, you turn your head, boom, the ball should be right there. If you turn too early, you're probably slowing down and they'll catch you. Or B, you're signaling what the play is and the defenders can get it. But you got to get the time right. And I think trading is a lot like that. You should know when to be a bear. You just don't know at what price. Okay? So this is not that much of a surprise. This is not that much of a surprise. That's the expected timing for such things to occur. Now, if you don't even know that, you're going to get steamrolled by people that do. Yeah, Jim, I think so. Jim's right. I think I said that a few days ago. It'd be great if maybe I should do it a little bit earlier if I can knock it out. I've just been so busy, and I got a busy week next week too, even though it's we're supposed to be winding down. But I got a lot going on. And so I'm like, when am I going to get time to do these things, right? Yeah. Yeah, family time. I can do that for $2,400. You would get the swing trading group for a full year, a day trading group for a full year, and quant box for a full year. But you still have to pay the $88. So it ends up being $2,500, just shy of $2,500. But you end up saving, $800. And quite a few people here have done that. Is FX Bootcamp just like a forum of traders? No. That would be terribly disappointing. All right, let's go through. And so we did S&P 500. Here's oil. I'm currently 300, right? The equivalent of 300 pips on oil. Okay, I sold here. Stops at break even. We're down here. Okay, very nice. Nice little day trade. Typically for a day trade on oil, $3 is a reasonable goal. Okay. And the way that everything works with lot sizes and margin and all that kind of stuff, I used $100 of margin on this trade, and now I have $300 in profit. So I've 3x'd, and I could just walk away here. Hey, King, have you joined groups like that where it's a forum of traders? Like maybe a Discord? Okay. Yeah, I suppose that's cool. But I spend hours a day with members of FX Bootcamp. Hours. And I think that's much more impactful than posting, hey, what do you think about pound Swissy? Uh-huh. Cool. So anyways, I could take my money and run. Take my money and run. I guess what I could do is lock in a buck. Get my, right? Now, if I get knocked out, I double my money. Cool. Taking a look at gold. I missed my trade yesterday on gold. I got the oil trade. My plan here was up and then down, and I got it wrong. It came back to here, but not here. Yeah, so Richard, actually, there's an upgrade coming to FX Bootcamp. So inside the website, there will be interactive community, much like Discord, just not a Discord server. Okay. So it'll be like the similar type of interaction. If you guys want to do that, you can do it. And it's great. But I can tell you over the last decades, every time I've tried to do something similar, what happens is people use it a lot for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden 3 months later, the interaction just trickles to a nothing. So it says, 3 months ago, Jim posted a chart for gold and got 1 thumbs up, and then nothing's happened since. So, but look, if you want to do it, I support it. Okay. And it could be a value. It's just like, but right? In that type of thing, you got to create your own value. You know what I mean? But we have an amazing community. There's no doubt about that. And I do value the opinions of people in the community because we have a lot of very good traders. Okay, so anyway, so I missed that. Boo-hoo, huh? Too bad, right? But you see the logic here? You see what I did? The plan when I was here, what did I want to do? Sell a rally, sell at resistance, take it down. So like for today, I might look at something similar if I try again on Goldie. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Andrew says that WTI trade is a good example of practicing what you preach. Double top, lower high, sold, done. Easy peasy, right? Well, that in this case, you could look at it very similar, Andrew, where this is kind of similar. It's kind of a double top, right? It kind of is. And I waited for the drop and I waited for the pullback and it just didn't pull back this time. So it's not perfect, but what I'm trying to do, it's not about making the most amount of money. It's about lowering the risk on each trade. Sometimes that leads to too much conservatism and you miss the trade because you were maybe overly patient. I don't think overly patient because here's the thing, it just didn't do it. Okay. And the thing is, I only want to sell if it did do it. So maybe because it didn't pull back, maybe we have a bigger rise today before an eventual fall because it didn't do it yesterday, right? So I don't know. Whatever. It didn't do it, so I should probably cancel it. Yeah, FX Bootcamp price is a joke. It is, actually. Yeah. Cool. Bitcoin, let's do bitty. Yeah, boy. Coming down. Makes sense. What's the next move? Some version of this. Or some version of that. Okay. On the longer run, still trending down. Let's look at it from a daily point of view. Okay. What it's saying is it kicked off the daily 55 and will probably, have trouble around 16,000. Be ready for a retest of 16 and maybe a hold. Okay. Family Time says gold up to 1830. The thing is, I'm set right now, Family Time, fundamentally bearish, risk off, and that will bring gold down. So you're like, okay, maybe back up to 1830. To me, it's neither here nor there. I wouldn't care at all. So yeah, you can do that and that. I don't really care. Yeah. Okay, but we've already analyzed this to death. We already know we're at support. We already know it's a pretty dumb place to sell. So now it's like, is it going to do that? Or do the fundamentals really overtake the technicals and give us kind of one of these things? Okay, well, that gets pretty interesting in the future. So we don't really know. That's why, like, again, this is a pretty dumb place to sell. Maybe it works out here. It's probably more here. You're saying 1830. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But if I'm risk off, I ain't buying, that's for sure. Okay, risk off is deflationary. Gold you buy because of inflation. But I just said risk off is what I think, and that's deflationary. So therefore, I would not buy gold, but I would sell Bitcoin. Okay. My oil trade is not really a risk off trade. It just happens to look like one. Okay, it just is what it is. We've gone from backwardation to contango to basically neutral. I think we have an interesting battle here between supply and demand economics. And so to me right now, it's just trading. Just trading. There's nothing to it. It's just trading. So we have a new lower low. I'm going to lock in some more money. Why not? Okay. $1.50. Where's $2? $2. I guess it's okay. 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 So now I've turned. Okay. I get my $100 back plus 200 in my pocket. I risked 100, got my 100 back, plus 200 for my time. Cool. So that's just a trade. I don't know if that's really fundamental. Which means it could drop all the way back to 70 and I just might buy it back again. So it's just a trade. Sometimes you just got to be a trader. And I believe oil has decoupled from a typical macroeconomics process. Take a look at exotics. And I am on right by the skin of my teeth. I'm hanging on. Okay, hanging on. Basically break even here. I'm almost knocked out at break even. Okay, but one of the things I'm trying to show you is the positive and negative impacts of holding trades longer. I actually discussed it in the swing trading group last night. It's not perfect trade. It's not the best way to trade. It's one way to trade. There are blessings to it, but there's certainly some challenges to it. So we can look at it here like I'm back to basically break even. Okay, but check this out. I've made 51.5% return on investment, interest only. So that's one blessing. I've held the trade since October 25th. So that's all of October, all of November, and half of December. So where do we go? No, wait, not all of October. No, hardly any of October. So all of November, so let's say plus a week. So all of November, half of December, plus a week. So let's say 4, 7, 8. Held it for 8 weeks. Okay, the internal rate of return is 51.5%. So there's a virtue to that, isn't it? Now, yes, look, at one point that trade, I could have taken the asset appreciation and walked away with 300%. Okay. But on the flip side, I've done nothing and I'm up 50. Well, I can take profit right now and double my money, right? I got 51% in interest and pick up another 51% in asset appreciation and have 100% return. Cool. That's another way of looking at it. The thing is, will you incorporate some of that strategy and thinking into your trading next year? Okay. Have you thought about it? Are you going to make some changes to your trading next year for improve? Again, we talked about that at length yesterday in the swing trading group. Family Ties, FX Bootcamp platform for $88. Do you update regularly on macroeconomy, or is it just training courses? Well, it's a video training course membership. Okay. If you need more help than that, what most people do is they complete the training course, and it might take them months, family time. And then for $99 a month, you meet with me 3 hours a week, and you meet with my colleague Ryan for about 2 hours a week. And both of those meetings are highly, highly, highly interactive. But we don't spend time going, sell the 5A cross. Okay? We dive deep into the weeds. Do we talk fundamentals? You will get hours and hours of training on that and discussion. You can ask questions of me and of Ryan. Like, the answer is you will get an incredible amount of macroeconomic updates and training. Like insane levels. Probably, I would have to imagine, I don't know what everyone else does out in the world, but I couldn't imagine that you get more from someone else. These green and red pivots are not included for $88. Yes, they are. Oh, Denise is going to go do a planning retreat on New Year's Day. Very cool. Cool. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm excited for you. It's a very interesting process. All right, let's go through some dollar pairs. Yep. Okay. I'm going to move this from weekly to maybe daily, just so we can take a look. Open this up. Do you see what the strategy is calling for? No, Mahai, don't look at it as paying for a course. The courses are included in your annual membership. It's $88 a year. So you pay for a membership, and included in your membership is training courses. Think of it that way. You're not paying for the course, you're paying for your annual membership. So like on Wednesday, when the whole community got together and spent hours watching the meeting, that was included in your annual membership. And that wasn't a course. Okay, so don't look at it that way. Yeah, if you upgrade your membership to unlock the area for your swing trading, yeah, that's $99 a month. That gets you 2 hours with Ryan on Tuesday and 3 hours with me on Thursday. And on-demand access to, getting pretty close to 100 hours of training. Yeah. You're interested in joining the swing trading group. You really should. I'm telling you, I love Thursdays. So anyways, going back to this, y'all. This is how we have it lined up. Now, it's very, 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 very bullish. But so I'm not necessarily going to sell this. But the thing is, at some point in the future, I think there's potential for this to reverse course. So that's what I'm looking at here. I could just sell like that. That's actually quite dangerous. Everything on this chart is bullish. But one theory is in the next 5 weeks, this chart will look different. So at what point do I engage, if at all? Okay. Okay, so I'm just trapping it, if you will. Pound dollar, here's a trade I missed yesterday. Now, I'm not sure how or why. This is curious, isn't it? I don't remember the specifics, but it would have been right around the same time I did gold. I just must have had like just terrible timing. I must have been just minutes late or something. So anyways, that's too bad for me. Too bad for me. Missed that one as well. But you see the logic, what I was going for? Okay, lower low. Look at the old support. The old support becomes resistance. Okay, and I want to sell. Okay. So again, I'm not sure why I didn't get it, but I didn't get it. So that's all I need to understand. Too bad, huh? Must have been, let me see if I can find on the smaller time frame. Yeah. Well, clearly I bought it after that candle, or sold it after that candle. So maybe I was inside this range when I did it. And my plan might have been like, oh yeah, if it does this, sell at the next high. And I was one high too slow or something. I don't know. But at least you can see the logic, right? You can see the logic of what I'm going for. And that's how I would trade if I were me. Mark Williams says, hey, I'm just into the course recently and very impressed with how deep it goes. Really learning the material will take some time. Yeah, some of it is like legit college course stuff. Like I say about the macroeconomics course, it's college level macroeconomics without the calculus. So I explain things without the calculus. It's one of the reasons that I decided not to do a PhD, is I found the calculus takes the love and the humanity out of the study. I like the humanity inside of economics. I love it. So to spend another 3 years of just doing calculus to prove models just sounds terrible to me. I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm just not that. So to do a course like that, like let's discuss the solo growth model. Let's discuss not what GDP is, but why it's important to society. You imagine I tie self-worth and dignity to GDP? That's how I feel. Hope says business calculus isn't brutal though. Yeah. Economics, if you go too far, becomes too esoteric, and I'm just not interested. I take a pass. One of my professors is the guy who runs the PhD program at Harvard Business School. And I don't know. After taking his class, I never wanted to get a PhD ever again. Now, if I got a PhD, oh my God, Harvard Business School would be great. I obviously love Harvard. I was very, very impressed with Oxford, though. Some of the professors at my algorithmic programming or algorithmic trading program, some of the professors and speakers and lecturers were absolutely incredible at Oxford. Right? Absolutely. They're astrophysicists and stuff, and we're analyzing the economic data in the models that hedge funds are using. And they were just fascinatingly brilliant humans. And I thought, wouldn't that be great? Man, if I was 20, can you imagine if you got to go to Oxford? Oh my God, right? Just amazing. Yeah, I was impressed. Oxford, I was really impressed. Is that right? Like a full degree or like the summer program? I know a lot of people that went for the summer program. Or you're saying a full-fledged 4-year degree? Yeah, but with a law degree from Oxford? Wow. I had a professor at Harvard, well, two from Oxford, but the one I'm thinking of, She was a lawyer. And I think the class was just English, like just, but she was this tiny person. She was just tiny. And fairly quiet. Very, 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 very nice. And if I remember correctly, got her law degree from Oxford. And she worked for some incredibly powerful law firm, either in New York or Boston. I think it was New York. And I think she was a bull breaker, an ass kicker, like for sure. Tiny, super sweet. She'd even wear one of those hats that Paddington Bear would wear, and off she goes, and just super nice. Like, her feet wouldn't even touch the ground as she walked, right? But boy, was she a stickler for detail. Like, if you put a comma in the wrong spot, you were going to find out. And I think she was tough as nails. Tough as nails. And I think she was one of those attorneys, like the kind you want, where there's never a mistake in the paperwork. There's never a mistake. You hire her, she delivers. It's perfect. Every time. Without fail. And she would catch it if someone in her office, one of the associates, made a mistake in the paperwork. I am certain she would catch it, and I am certain there'd be blood and tears in that associate's office. Yeah. Grown millionaires cry. Yeah. So anyways, you get to meet some pretty cool people when you go to these schools. That's what it's all about. You get to meet a lot of really cool people. But I've hired a lot of law firms, and I've actually fired a law firm. So when I teach you guys how to structure, legal contracts, and when you start hiring attorneys to work for you and your fund, and I'll teach you about doing that if you've never done it. I'll teach you the type of lawyers you need to interview and the type of questions and all that kind of stuff. But one of the experiences I had back in the 90s is that I was in New York City to meet with investors. And we had a good, I think it was even the first day, we spent the whole day in their office, and the interviews went really well. The office was in Grand Central Terminal, in the skyscraper building, which is part of it, just above all the restaurants. So I remember spending all day there, and it goes really well. And the conversation shifts to like, oh, what would be in the term sheet? Ooh. Ooh, my. You see, the conversation shifted. And like, well, if we gave you $1 million, blah, 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 blah. So when that occurred, I make a phone call. And I'll even tell you the law firm, Morris & Forrester, otherwise known as MoFo, big New York City high-tech law firm. Now, at the time, my headquarters was in San Francisco, but MoFo begged me to be their attorney. So anyway, so they became my attorneys. And so I'm in New York, which is their headquarters. They're New Yorkers, for crying out loud. And I'm out there, and this investor, he's talking about giving me $1 million or something, right? I'm like, cool. So I ping my lawyer. Hey, mofo. I got, I need a term sheet. Something's come up, and I just want to review it with them. And whatever. Send me a term sheet. Okay, great. Conversation continues with the investor. Nothing comes through. And I'm like, this sucks. This is holding me up. I can't kind of make the move. I can't shift the conversation the way I want it because I need to like. So anyways, he's like, let's go downstairs. Let's go have dinner because now it's been 9 hours that I've been in conversation with them. So they're like, hey, let's go have dinner. So if you know Grand Central Terminal, back in the 90s, there was this awesome restaurant called Michael Jordan's. Try to figure out who owned it. It's a nice steakhouse. It's in the Grand Dome and everything. And so again, we're having, appetizers and cocktails and then dinner and then wine. Meanwhile, every half an hour, 45 minutes, I check my phone. Even back then, I could do it on my phone. I had a really fancy phone. No term sheet. So a couple of times during dinner, I sneak out. I'm like, I'm going to go wash my hands. And I sneak out. Of course, I'm calling my lawyer. I'm like, hey, mofo, it's Wayne again. I need that term sheet, man. We're at dinner now. It's been like 5 hours and I haven't heard from you. I need a term sheet. He's talking about money. I need the term sheet. Give me a term sheet. Give me a call. No term sheet. Next day, no term sheet. No term sheet. No term sheet. So anyways, Monday morning, the lawyer calls me and he's like, hey man, I really apologize, but I got your term sheet. And I said, oh, that's really cool. I said, but I fired you on Friday night. You were fired. I already hired somebody else. They got me a term sheet Saturday morning, and I've already gone through it with the investors. And you were fired about 48 hours ago. So thanks for nothing. Have a nice day. And that's how it goes. And that's why being a lawyer is tough, because that's what's expected. Oh, well, you were out watching a movie with your girlfriend and I lost $1 million. You're fired. Because somebody should have gotten me a term sheet. Your analyst, your associate, your assistant, your paralegal, another partner, a senior person at the firm. Like, dude. Okay? So imagine that kind of stuff can happen to you one day as a Forex trader. Now, this was back there. Back then, that was venture capital. That was when I was raising money for my own firm. But you could be in a similar situation and you need your lawyers and it's inconvenient for them. Well, now you have the wrong attorney. Can you imagine making a phone call? Some guy wants to give you $5 million and you're talking to a voicemail at your law firm? Not cool, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of situations where, someone's behavior kills the deal. Deals fall apart usually because of humans interacting poorly with each other. All right, cool. So, if you ever want to talk about that stuff, I have plenty of water under the bridge. One day you're going to find, honestly, I think many of you, especially if you're on that path, in particular, if you're on that path, you're going to find yourself in a big city meeting with a big person who's got big money, who's asking big questions, and you need to handle it. And you can make it up because you've never done this before and you have no idea what's going on. Or at least you can learn the process, maybe hear the stories, so that you go in there, even if it's not your experience, you remember the stories I tell you, and you are experienced. You understand? You're like, well, I haven't been here before, but I remember what Wayne was telling me. And just maybe it just settles down the nerves. Okay. All right, I'm going to throw another ad so that YouTube can make money, be happy with our community, and maybe promote it. Family Time's asking about gold. Why don't we take a look at gold here? I'll do it on the super secret fundamentally based alert service. Hang on. We can take a look at how gold is doing. Hi, Wayne. Recession is coming. What to short and what to go long. Dude, I just spent 3 hours talking about that last night. Join the swing trading group. Tired. It's an easy question. It's a great question. I've just said it 15 times. Join FX Bootcamp. Join the swing trading group. All right. So here we are. This is live, by the way. This is live real-time data. Gold today is up just over 0.5%. Okay. Now, the best performing is the yield on the 10-year T-note, which is funny because everything else here is in price. That's in yield, which means the actual opposite's happening. The 10-year Treasury market is actually falling. And as it falls, this rises. So that's kind of interesting. That's almost, right? This is almost risk on. This is almost, right? This is risk on. Kiwi dollar's up, that's on. On. Some of these are risk on. Euro Swissy, risk on. Okay. What else is happening in the world in real time? Okay. Oil's falling, which is great because I'm short. Nikkei's falling. FTSE's falling. Dow is falling. S&P 500 is falling. DAX is falling. Okay? So Germany and the United States stock markets are falling somewhat, down 0.5%. But the UK and Japan are down 1.25% and almost 2%. Holy smokes. The worst performing asset is oil, and I'm short oil. Nice! But we were talking about gold, and gold is tickling 1,800. Nice, right? So that could that possibly be resistance if you're a bear? Could be a rabbit, could be. So I have gold, oil, and 10-year T-note here. And gold is neutral. Okay? Neutral today, but expected to fall. Cool. Do you have a free version? I do have a free version, but you have to pay me $79 a month. And for $79 a month, you can have it for free. What do you mean free version? Rajneel? No. But you can buy it. It's not very much money. Okay? So I have to pay for API access. Who's going to pay for that? I have to pay for developers. Who's going to pay for that? I have to pay to host it. Who's going to pay for that? I can what? I can sell to advertisers, I guess, right? I don't know. I'm like, I'll tell you what. I'll pay all the big money up front. You pay little monthly fees. We get a whole bunch of people to pay the small monthly fees. I take the risk by paying thousands and 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 thousands of dollars up front. You pay a small monthly fee. I recoup some of the risk I've taken, and everybody is well informed. That seems pretty reasonable to me. Okay? But keep an eye out. Like Jim said, I said a few days ago that I'm going to actually launch and do a big presentation. Maybe I can do it before the end of the year. Maybe right before Christmas or something. I don't know. I announce it, and there's some really amazing new things that you don't know about that you're going to find out about. And it's going to be even better value. So there you go. Cool. All right? But I can tell you, I don't get it for free. So why don't we share the costs? I mean, that's reasonable, right? All right. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, are we done? I guess. I don't know. What's going on? Couple of questions, guys. Should I go back to 7:30 in the morning for starting these webinars when we regroup in January? Oh, thank you, Hope. But I answered your Hope with Hope. I answered your question with a question, if you remember. But I'll still do it. Yeah. Okay, that was one thought. I find that YouTube doesn't promote this channel. They promote a lot of other kids, but not this channel for some reason. And I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. So, like I said, I've been trying to pop some more ads onto these live streams. Maybe that gets their interest. But like popping trades will do it, right? If I just popped a bunch of trades, but to me that's pip porn. Huh? It's just porn. So I'd rather create value. So I noticed that we have enough subscribers now. 20,000 is more than enough, where YouTube keeps sending me these things where they want me to basically sell YouTube memberships, right? So I don't know. So like I do premium live streams, but you know, we do so much at bootcamp, but I just want YouTube to promote the channel. So I thought maybe I can try that and see, but you know, for a tiny fee or something, maybe I could do my morning live stream 7:30 to 9, and then maybe there's a private stream at the stock market open for an hour or so. And there's a small fee attached to that, Google or YouTube memberships. I would only do it if it promotes the channel, but so I don't know. I feel like I asked too much of you, so I don't know what to do with that. But that was one thought. So if you have thoughts, let me know. Yeah, that's what traders on YouTube look for, but I need them to fail enough to be experienced to understand the value that we, not just me, we offer. So they need to fail. Lord knows we've all failed before we are able to, stand our own 2 feet, right? Michael says it's the like button. Everyone needs to like the stream for the algorithm. Then yes, that'd be great if you can click that. What else is going on in the world? I'm just kind of doing a regroup here. Oh, did I get knocked out of oil? I got knocked out? Oh, well, I guess I got $2 on oil, huh? Too bad, so sad. Is that true? I guess so, right? Hanging in there. All right, so I got more work to do. Looks like this coaching account went from about 33, what are we now at? 38 and a half. So what is that? $6K on a $33,000 account. Do 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 do. That's 18% for the year. That's all right, huh? Low risk, right? Consistent returns is the message I'm trying to share. If you're up 18% in a market that's down 18%, then you've performed well. Yeah. Could I use TradingView instead of MT4? I can trade on anything. It doesn't matter to me. But I haven't had a reason in a long time to switch a platform. I used to use the Deal Book 360, right, by GFT, the GFT Deal Book. And I had it all custom programmed to do this. So if MetaTrader went away, if MetaQuotes went away, yeah, I'd have to spend a little bit of time to getting set up on TradingView, but I would, whatever. Okay. Yeah, I can I can trade on, as long as it, but, there's other sort of things that become much more esoteric for trading. There are some of the professional platforms are like stupid complicated. So I guess I need to say it with a grain of salt. But when it comes to like, if MetaQuotes went away and TradingView popped up and that was my next solution, it wouldn't take me long at all. It'd be fine. Okay. Okay. Technical analysis is the easiest part of trading. Okay. If you're not getting the results you expect as a trader, I highly doubt it's your technical analysis holding you back. Okay? If you change your moving averages, it ain't going to help. You change your RSI settings, it ain't going to help. It's not your technical analysis, guys. That is the most basic, easiest part of trading. And then later on down the line, when you go to manage money, trading is by far the easiest part of being a hedge fund. Doesn't help you fire your attorney. Doesn't help you to get on stage and do a presentation in front of hundreds of investors. I mean, like, psst. Right? So anyways, I think you need to be adequate at technical analysis. Okay? I think if you're adequate, what you need to learn is much different than going from adequate to, an amazing technical trader. I think if you're adequate, you're good enough. Because then the next thing is you got to learn, on the soft side, things like patience and discipline. That's way more difficult to learn than how to sell a moving average. Look, this is bearish. Sell it off the 21. What's so difficult about that? There's nothing difficult about that. Patience and discipline, yeah, that's difficult. But on the sort of the more hard side, I said, emotions like patience and discipline. Well, that's soft side, right? On the hard side of what we need to learn is you need to develop skills in understanding economics, in particular the flow of money around the world. Well, that takes some time, right? Yeah, it'll take some time. Do you need a PhD? I don't have a PhD. I only have a master's degree. I love it. But do you need one? No. Okay? I bet you I can teach you the important things that I learned over 5 years of rigorous research. You could probably learn in 5 hours. Took me 5 years, you'll learn it in 5 hours. So then what? We get back to patience and discipline. Okay? Okay? No, see, Jim, I think the conversation's going this way, where because of the war in Ukraine run by Russians, right, the Russian invasion of the Ukraine, and the sanctions, the MetaQuotes, which is Russian, gets banned. And so people are like, that's a risk, need to move. It's not the broker. So a broker, in case you guys don't know, a broker licenses the technology for MetaQuotes and gets a server which will display price and time data, okay, gathering information from the liquidity providers or the price feed, depending on the model. So meta quotes could be banned. I'm not saying it will, but it could. It's conceivable. But it wouldn't impact your broker. So I guess people are saying, well, what if could your broker could you move over to a trading view? Well, I know how to trade. So, yeah. Yeah, sure. It's a big deal. You can't smell that cigar, huh? Black tea. Black tea. A little bit of white pepper. A little bit of leather. A little bit of cocoa, or maybe a coffee. Can CFD trading get banned? Why? Who has a problem with CFD trading? Yeah, I think there are lots of things to worry about. None of that is worth the time. No, they don't trade CFDs. They just trade futures, right? Continuous futures. It ends up being the same thing. But whatever. I'll let you go having a wonderful weekend. The sun is out today in Georgia. The sun is sparkling off of the lake, but it still looks cool. A little bit of wind. But a bit nice to get some sunshine on my face today. Hopefully it's not too windy and too cool. There's lots going on in the world. It seems to me we're in risk-off mode. We've been talking about that for days. Hopefully you're not just waking up to that. I took $2 off oil. That's a good morning. That's equivalent to waking up to 200 pips on a euro dollar. So to wake up and walk away with only 200 pips, that's a good morning. So now I'm thinking about, and you might say next week, well, what I discussed at the swing trading group last night is we're actually our trades are already based on what we expect to happen in February. So somebody asked, hey, so FX Bootcamp, is it just like a Discord channel? No, it is not like a Discord channel. It's a billion times more important than that. And if you haven't even thought about February in your trade planning, you are way behind the swing trading group. And like my quote in my book, when I quoted The Art of War, an honorable general wins because many plans were made. So to do a plan, you got to do research. And from your research, you develop a strategy. And from your strategy, you're prepared with tactics. So if you're just thinking about later today, and my swing trading group and I have talked about next week, the week after, and all of January, and even February and March, we are already making plans from our research, developing tactics, and setting up the high ground. We're setting up booby traps. We're going to ambush you. If you're not doing that level of work, you're going to get ambushed. You're going to get sideswiped. You won't even see it coming. Knock your block off. So if you like that idea where you're planning based on the future and not just looking at the past, that's what FX Bootcamp's like. And I don't mean just technically and fundamentally, but we are psychologically more prepared than 95% of traders. Huh? Denise is going on a business planning retreat with herself on January 1st. She's going to kick ass in 2023. And then there are other people that show up every day and they're like, what's up, fellas? What are we doing? What's the trade of the day? Oh, look at that green candle. I guess we're bulls. She will destroy a trader like that. But that's what the market's about. It's okay. An honorable general wins, an honorable general is victorious because many plans were made. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. How did you come up with those strategies? Oh, I got bullet point 1, bullet point 2, bullet point 3. Okay? Gather intelligence, formulate a strategy, and then kick down some doors. There's no other way to be victorious. So find ways to do more work. Stop thinking about how to cut corners, how to do it easily, how to do it quickly, have something else do it for you. Fall in love with being a foreign exchange trader. Fall in love with doing the work. Fall in love going to a site like the Banco de Mexico and reading their economic reports. I love doing that. It's so fascinating. They do such a great job. Success is out there. Okay? But you got to go get it. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. Thank you for being in the community. I appreciate you. See you soon.